What's up guys, Spin Firearms here, and today we're going to be talking about this awesome setup right here of 12+1 of 45 ACP out of a Glock 30 SF. Now we're going to compare it to other size firearms, other calibers, stuff like that, and I'm going to show you why it's so great. On top of that, I've made many videos about my Glock 26 SLR Rifleworks baseplate. It's a +5, making this 15 rounds, shorter than a Glock 19, shorter than a 43X. So if you have a hard time concealing the frame, these are the way to go. They're an absolutely awesome product. They're undeniable. But before we get started, hit the like button, drop a comment down below. You can literally put anything in the comments. I don't care what it is. Also hit the subscribe button. It all helps. If you like firearms, then this is the channel for you. If you carry every day, if you like working on firearms, customizing them, then this is the channel for you. And also, don't go anywhere. I want to tell a little story first, but we're going to get into it real soon. So when I first started the channel, I found this product a while back, and obviously the Glock 26 is not a popular firearm with all these micro 9s coming out, the P365 variants, all that, right? But I did find this product and found it absolutely awesome. I have 4 SLR Rifleworks +5 base plates for Glock 26s, and they run flawlessly. They use your OEM mag. They use the OEM spring that comes in the flush 10-round mag, so you never have to get a new spring, and on top of that, you never put that plastic piece in, right? The only time you put that plastic piece in on a base plate is when it gives you a little hole to put it there. Otherwise, it's going to mess up the amount of rounds you can get in it. So therefore, with these, you do not use that piece. Just get rid of it, put it in your toolbox, put it aside. But if it does have the hole, like I said, like right here, then you use it. But in this case, you do not. And that's where some people have an issue getting the full capacity. But I reached out to the company because I have 2 very successful videos, one with like 20,000 views and one with like 30,000 views, comparing this Glock 26 setup to other popular carry firearms to show you how great these base plates truly are. And I simply reached out to their company. I'm like, hey, our sales for the Glock 26 base plate like skyrocketing, because everyone was telling me that they're buying them like crazy and that they're trying them out and stuff like that. And everyone knows the Glock 26 is not very popular. So I always wondered to them, like, hey, did you see a little bit of a spike? Their email back to me wasn't the greatest. They weren't very friendly. They almost treated me as if I was trying to get something out of them. So to be honest, as a company, I was a smaller channel at the time. It is what it is, but still, they could have just been, oh yeah, we've gotten a couple sales. We've gotten 30 sales, 50 sales. Thank you, right? Because I'm basically selling a product for them for free. I never asked for anything. I never do. But the way they treated me, the response I got was sort of sad. I just wanted to simply know, have you guys been selling? Because it's a great product. And so I just left it as, it's a great product, keep it up. I think that was the last message I sent them. But I sort of left that little discussion and was like, that was sort of annoying. I literally just wanted to know. But nonetheless, they make a great product that I trust, that I stand by, and that I do carry. In the wintertime, this is my everyday carry setup. Normally it's my Gen 3, but with the same mag because it works in Gen 3s, Gen 4s, Gen 5s, because they all are magazine compatible, right? I'll just start by showing you this. Glock 19 on the right, Glock 26 on the left, both 15+1, right? And obviously the Glock 26 can take the Glock 19 mag, but you save a lot of space this way. And not only that, it's a very ergonomic base plate. It's made of a really nice, powerful, strong metal, but it's very light. You don't even notice that it was added to your firearm. And for people who want a grip on the Glock 26, this is the way to go. There is no other base plates that even gets close to adding 5 rounds in just this amount of space. Look at that. 5 extra rounds. It's unbelievable. Well, for those of you who love 45 ACP, they did it again. They made an awesome product, 100% reliable. I have 2 of them. And on top of that, you add +3 to your Glock 30s. Now, +3 to the flush mag. So you get a total of 12+1, a total of 13 rounds of 45 ACP in a polymer, light, striker-fired handgun with Glock reliability, Glock's proven track record, and a firearm that has sort of proven the test of time. And if you've ever followed my channel or watched my videos on my favorite firearms to shoot, this is one of them because it handles that recoil so well. Yes, it's thick. Yes, the slide is a little heavy, but all of that equates to adding to lesser recoil and controllability and stuff like that. So I just wanted to show you this compared to other firearms. Now obviously 45 ACP is a big thick round, so that is hard to get capacity in a smaller polymer frame, something that you can still carry but get capacity that's comparable to other rounds. And I know you're going to say, oh, 9mm is the only way to go, blah 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 blah, 40 sucks, 357 SIG sucks. I get it, guys. This is for the people who like 45 ACP. Honestly, when I carry 40, For some reason, I feel better. I don't know what it is. Over 9mm, for some reason, when I'm carrying a 40 with Civil Liberty Defense rounds, I feel like I'm the most protected with the least recoil. And that even goes for my 357 SIG. It's just something about it. And I know there's other people out there that feel that way about 45 ACP. You can say what you want about the round, but nobody's going to discriminate in a self-defense encounter. Like, oh, that's just a 45 ACP? Whatever. No, that's not how it goes. Any firearm is a firearm. Any firearm you train with is your best chance at survival, and that just is what it is. But I'll quit talking. Let's compare them. Here's my 15+1 of Glock 26 and 9mm, and here is 12+1 45 ACP out of my Glock 30 SF. Look at that. So you're getting 2 less rounds, but you're also getting 45 ACP. Smith & Wesson 2.0 subcompact, 12+1 and 9mm. On your right is going to be 12+1 of 45 ACP. Glock 19 is 15 rounds, 15+1 and 9mm, versus 13+1 of 45 ACP on your right. Very comparable in size. Overall, just a little thicker on the right, but also a little shorter. That's very cool. Glock 29, this is I want to say this is an 11+1 of 10mm with that base plate, and 13+1 of 45 ACP on your right. Pretty comparable, but you can see where you get the extra round. Awesome, awesome firearms. Here's the Glock 43X or 48 because they're the same, but these are micro dagger magazines. Sorry, guys. Those are 15 rounds. The OEM ones are only 10 rounds. Look at that. 15+1 of 9mm of an aftermarket magazine. 13+1 or 12+1 of 45 ACP. Sorry, guys, I keep saying that. 10+1 of 40 out of my Smith & Wesson M&P 40C, or 12+1 of 45 ACP. I mean, you can see it's SLR Rifleworks just knocks out the park. And I know I'm going to get some comments, oh, spin with a full size, blah, blah, blah. No, this is a crossover. It's not technically a full size. It's got a compact slide on it. But it is my largest firearm size-wise. 17+1 and 9mm versus 12+1 of 45 ACP. Very comparable. Hellcat Pro, 15+1 and 9mm versus 12+1, 45 ACP in the Glock 30 SF. Look at that. So you're losing 2 rounds, but it's also 45 ACP, so it's all about preference. All everyday carry and training is about preference. Like 13+1 and 9mm in the Shield Plus, very, very thin though, very thin, versus 12+1 of 45 ACP. But if this is what you carry, imagine it's about the same length, but obviously much thicker. We got to do one funny comparison. Taurus Spectrum 6+1 of 380, love this firearm, and then 12+1 of 45 ACP on the left. Canik Meta MC9, this firearm is not my favorite right now. I'm having issues with it. I really liked it, I really wanted to like it, but I'm just not having the best time when it comes to malfunctions. It is what it is. So that's going to be, I believe, 12+1 of 9mm versus 12+1 of 45 ACP. Obviously, it's going to be thicker. 12+1 of 9mm in the Taurus G3C versus 12+1 of 45 ACP. Look at that. 13+1 of 40 in a Glock 27 using a Glock 23 mag versus 12+1 of 45 ACP. Pretty much the same. And then last but not least, my SIG P365X, 12 rounds of 9mm versus 12+1 of 45 ACP. Sort of blows it out of the water. But once again, you're getting 45 ACP. Do with that what you will. But with all that being said, SLR Rifleworks truly does make a great product. I don't have to get paid by them to say it. I don't have to do any of that. I will carry these magazines. I will use these firearms. And I trust them. They've given me no reason to not. The Glock 26 is obviously my go-to, so I'm going to carry this the most, and these are the best. But I love the Glock 30, and honestly, this might become my wintertime carry. This has definitely changed it for me, because my other base plate comes down to about right here, and makes it only, 10+1, right? Right now, we are looking at 12+1, and you're just adding this much. The recoil is so minimal on these. Follow-up shots are fast. It's super accurate, and it's been 100% reliable. You're getting a proven firearm, a well-tested firearm, a firearm that's been around a while and trusted by many people. There's also a lot of people out there that just love 45 ACP and want something that they can carry, but they don't feel like they're lacking when it comes to capacity, right? Because I'm sure if you compare this to most 1911s, it's going to be pretty comparable in grip length, right? But you're getting 12 plus 1 of 45 ACP. And for a lot of people, those 4 extra rounds make a big difference compared to like a 1911. Also, the weight makes a huge difference in everyday carry. I'm not telling you, oh, go get a 45 ACP. But what I am telling you is this is a sweet shooter. This is an awesome everyday carry option. And regardless of what generation Glock it is and how old it is, it's not irrelevant. You can gladly defend yourself and your family. It's also got a rail, unlike my poor Glock 26s, my poor Glock 27s. We don't get rails for whatever reason, but they threw it on this. So this is a great overall package that you can't complain about. I don't really care about putting optics on my everyday carries. Now, I do have them. Obviously, you're going to say, well, you have them on 3 of them on the table right there. Yeah, but my main carries, I guess some of them do, but I just like irons, personally. So I'm not worried about this being an MOS. I don't listen to any of that. Just like my 10mm. You think I'm going to use a red dot for my bear defense firearm? Like, you think I'm going to need that in a self-defense encounter with a bear? No, I just need a Glock that's going to go bang when I need it to. I'd try not to fall into all the hype, but in this case, I will say this is the hype. You probably haven't seen it yet, but this is the hype, right? For your Glock 30, that is. Obviously, it's not new like the Canik Meta MC9, but I will tell you one thing. This is reliable. You can trust your life with this. You can bet that whatever situation you're in, this thing will be there for you when you need it. And that's the Glock 30 SF using the SLR Rifleworks baseplate. Shout out to them. Regardless of my experience with them, they make a great product. And if it's reliable for people, if it adds capacity for people, if it makes people feel more comfortable carrying, makes them feel like they're more even in a gunfight with a criminal, then more power to them, and I respect it. And yes, they're like $50 or $60, but is it worth it? 100%. This is the same length as like a 12-round plus 2 base plate for a Glock 26. You're getting an extra 3 rounds, and you may pay $30 for a base plate of the same size that only adds 2. So yes, you double it, but you get a reliable, small, light, well-built, well-machined package. So shout out to SLR Rifleworks. They now make it for the Glock 30.